All right. Give me a moment here. Just getting things together. Your spiritual entertainment will arrive shortly. I hope everyone is doing well. Just got to copy and paste a few things here. Where are we at? Just a few copying. Good to see you, Truthfully. Just getting set up here for your Sunday entertainment. It's a few more jots and tittles, and I will be able to be more presentable here in a moment. Let's see, one more thing. Here we are. There we are. Okay, it is all now. I will open the window and I can see everyone's comments. All right. Greetings and salutations. It is I, the spiritual entertainer, with Keradwin here at my side. Good to see you. Let me turn my music down. It is quite loud. It is quite loud. One moment here, and then I'll give you your introduction. Hear the voice of the bard, who present, past, and future sees, whose ears have heard the holy word that walked amongst the ancient trees, calling the lapsed soul and weeping in evening dew, that might control the starry pole and fallen light renew. O earth, return, arise from out of the dewy grass. Night is morn, and the morn rises from the slumberous mass. Turn away no more, while without turn away, the starry floor, the watery shore, is given thee to the break of day. There you have it, your introduction. I am your bard at your service. And now to your comments. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I am. You are back from your MUN since yesterday, your United Nations meeting. So you can enjoy and be privileged here with your spiritual entertainment. Wonderful. Marcos, good to see you. What do they say in Italian? I can't. Kaya, cow, ciao. What are you going to talk about today? I don't know. Whatever happens. I don't know. Nothing is planned today. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about my devotion to the goddess and how it is unique. Unlike other pagans, I don't do rituals and things. I have my own way of doing things. And I think that I'm going to be talking about how modern paganism needs to evolve. Our ancestors were scared shitless of their gods and always doing crazy things. But the gods are different. And we are different. We don't live in a state of fear anymore. There's no need to appease them, to do things, to get things from them. I think that's all inappropriate for modern people. But that's tomorrow. Hail and Saul, good to see you, our friend from Iceland. Good to have you here. Rafana, I'm probably not saying your name right? Our good Norse pagan friend from Iceland, witnessing the revival of the ancestors in their way of worshiping. All of in various pockets of the ancient world that are in modern times, the paganism is returning. The Christianity that has hijacked the world is disappearing. You remember when you used to say that the Lord said, now you are nostalgic. Yeah. Thank you. God bless you and your family. Well, thank you. Vernon, you are here to bring your fundamentalism once again. Good to see you, TechFast. Good to see you. Arian, there are no gods for you. Good. I don't care what you believe in. The gods have evolved over time, and we have evolved over time, right? We shouldn't be doing what our ancestors were doing. We have a greater realization of our place in the cosmos. We are not just like ants at the beckoning of the gods. We are divine beings. We are part of the family of the gods. And the person that I give credit to is Jesus Christ for teaching us that. He realized that he was a son of the All-Father, right? And he taught us the way to become divine. Where are we at here? You are witnessing a revival here in Canada. Wonderful. James, your farts smell, perhaps. I'm glad that I'm not in your room. Is God real? For some people, for others, no. Margaret, good to see you. Billy, happy All Souls Day. How is everyone? Wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. Good to have you here, Billy. Good to see you. Glad that you are always here with the program. Now, we lost Fiona, Billy. We lost Fiona. She did not like that I retired from the church. So she pretty much renounced me. I don't know. I thought Fiona was more a person of a diversity. Good to see you. You have a question. T1. Very well. And Wolf, you are here with your Christian fundamentalism again. Never a good show without Wolf here, reminding us that we're all going to hell. Do you think Jesus once said the Holy Spirit is your mother? Yes, you find that in the Church Fathers. That is a quote from what was called the Gospel to the Hebrews. But it did not make it into the Christian canon because they only wanted God to have a penis. Therefore, they left out this important text. But that is what you'll find in the First Temple mythology, that there was a lady of the temple. It was part of the Hebrew tradition. Oh, my goodness. Sin isn't real, Wolf. You are making that shit all up. Vixen is here. Good to see you, Vixen. What language does God think in? Mathematics. That is the language of the cosmos, right? Now, good to see you, Falcon. I appreciate you. Now, oh, shoot. Now, my children, I taught them at a young age that when you go to school, don't do it like they are doing it. Mathematics is a spirituality. Our sciences are a spirituality. When you are learning these things, you are learning the ways of divinity. These are sacred things. These are just tools for you to use. When you do your math class as a way of learning the divine, you change the dynamic. And likewise, all of our other sciences and arts. These are spiritual things. And unfortunately, we have lost that, right? We have separated the natural into this and supernatural. They are not supposed to be different. There's not supposed to be the word supernatural to me is blasphemy, because this is it. This is the spiritual. And we just go deeper and deeper into that. This is what this weekend was all about, right? This is when the veil is at its thinnest. And the ancestors, they cross over, and sometimes we cross over to there, right? This is something that we find in the history of my ancestors. And there's the science to that. That is yet to be discovered. How is this possible? Did Fiona leave the Discord? She did not leave the Discord, oddly enough. But she had sent me a note, said she's not coming back, which made me very, very sad. Very, very sad. You know, she goes, I'm not going to call you Father Deacon anymore because you're no longer a clergyman. It is a stage name now. That's all it is, really. But it's unfortunate. Fiona was a wonderful person, a wonderful addition to our community, and that was surprising. Now, we know Fiona gets in these crazy moods sometimes, right? And we all bear with her. Hopefully, this is just one of her crazy moods, and that she comes back to us. You have a question. Wonderful. Let's see here. Trying to catch up to your comments and things. God meets you in ways that you would understand and recognize. Yeah, right here. Right here. We are always going deeper, and the divine is always going lower to reach us, right? It is a ladder. The ladder is very real. There is no separate reality. This is it. There is no mystical place in the sky. This is where you encounter heavenly realities, as they are called. It is all here. There is, there's boundaries, but boundaries can be crossed when you have the right materials. Let's see, I retired, but I have left. I am considered apostate because I speak negatively, as I always have, of the church. So, in terms of my bishop, I have not been chastised or anything, or formally excommunicated. But many of the parishioners watched this channel and decided that I am a heretic. Because I don't believe in the church. So I left the church. I don't go to church anymore. No, I do not. It's been a month since I've been to a church service. And my whole family has found relief. Like, we have gone to church so much in our life that it is no longer necessary to go. I don't know. Graham, what are you talking about? Holy guacamole. They're just leaving a comment. Thank you, Craig. Thank you very much for leaving your comment. I appreciate your support. Now, I have over 30 people here. When I get to 50 people watching, I will give out 5 free subscriptions. If you do this, it brings more people in here. I do this every day, so like and subscribe. Every day there's content. Every day, unless something happens in my day where I cannot do it. Like last Sunday, I was ill and I could not be here. But I usually leave YouTube shorts every day from every different religion. All religions, I use them all to bring you entertainment. Let's see here. I guess he doesn't like people asking questions. I said you can ask your question 3 times now. I'm just catching up to the comments. I tried to read all of them. Nice to see you, KJ. Your encounter in Jerusalem was couched in Celtic symbology. And that would interesting. You have to share the story. Let's see here. Dion, good to see you. Our good friend Dion is here. Your testimony was more moving than any Christian's. Thank you. I'm glad that you appreciate it. Let's see. That's a very good lesson. I never thought about mathematics as learning the divine. Yeah. The ancient people, they did, right? We have lost that connection to our arts and our sciences have been separated from the mystery, unfortunately. Yes, I am the priest in South Park. How did you know that? I have a cute little book on angels, and it talks about heaven being on earth, how we are already here in Eden. That's beautiful. That's the way it should have been in Christianity. But that wasn't a message that would sell. They wanted something that would terrorize you, right? Michael, good to see you. Father, if someone said, you're such a Sadducee, what does that mean? A Sadducee, they were a group of people in the New Testament times that were opponents to Christianity. So that is what a Sadducee is. Let's see here. Now, what he doesn't, let's see, trying to catch up here. Allah is above you. Muhammad, we all religions are welcome here. As long as you're not doing that apologetics bullshit. We don't appreciate that here. Most folks overestimate the influence of their own opinions. Yes, mine sing into your heart and ear. It is a miracle what I perform here as a bard. So many people have found peace in their life from this good work of Keradwin that is being brought to you. Smiling bright, you say, to me, to know the Creator, You must understand things through a parent's eyes. Step back from the world's politics and just watch the world as a mother watches a young, want to interfere but can't. Mother and father. Now, this is something that you have to understand. I think is important to understand that the gods, their reality in terms of our activity, this is our domain. We are responsible for the good and the evil that is in our world. And no gods, no devils, but certainly devils and gods can work through us. We work with them. We are the instrument for manifesting what we would consider the future. There's no future. Moment to moment. We in the Bible, it calls you cooperators. Cooperation was a big thing in Eastern Christianity, that we work with, that nothing gets done unless we are working with the divine. And this is what you find in druidry as well. The divine magic of druidry is one where you are cooperating with the forces of nature, with the gods and spirits and so on and so forth, to make the world better, to improve it, to grow it, to empower it. This is important. Like what you say about parental figures, I truly believe that this is why I reject many things in the Christianity, because God is no father. He is called a father, but he's an asshole. These kind of fathers you don't want to serve. Gods that torment you, gods that, if you can follow it throughout the Old Testament, he is a wicked being. The kingdom of heaven is within and around. Not just, we are not isolated instances of the kingdom of heaven. It is all around us in different capacities, different manifestations. Jesus taught, learn to see it when you are born again. This is something people do not perceive naturally until you grow in your spirituality. You should be able to see these things, these deeper levels, when you are growing. It is not in some other place, it is all here. And learn to train your eyes. We talk about, like in various mythologies, that the gods are on mountains. The gods are in special places. Well, these mountains and these places are here. For instance, in the Greek mythology, Mount Olympus was right there, the dwelling place of the gods. Now, if I were to climb up Mount Olympus, I would not see nothing, right? It has to be a spiritual ascent up the mountain to see. There's a deeper layers of the world that we live in. We know from our sciences that we can only hear certain frequencies until we get the proper technologies. We can hear more, right? Well, this is the same thing with our spirituality. When you learn to develop yourself, you perceive more. You perceive more of the reality that you live in. Let's see here. Warning, you are not a real father. I am certainly a father. I am the high priest of spiritual entertainment. I hope Fiona gets in these crazy moods sometimes. It's all of that witchcraft that she's doing. Catholicism has been linked with emphysema, cancer, and homosexuality. You're just being a prick here. Let's see here. Deacon is legit. He teaches us pure Bible. Perhaps the purity of it, right? All of the bullshit exposed. Christian biblical scholarship ruined me, my Christianity, really. Religion has been rewritten so much. It's more of an order of command than actually teachings of living peace, hope, and growth. Well, not necessarily. Now, when you write things down, it's always in danger of institutional powers of using it against you, right? But in all religions, there is wisdom, there is beauty, there is truth. The greatest things in our world have come from our religious people. I'm sorry that your parish has made your family feel unwelcome. Hope you all find a more relaxed place to attend. Yeah. Well, my wife was not interested in returning to church either, or my children. Um, in terms of what we do, it's just what we do here at home. We pray together every day. I've had to modify that too, because many of the Christian prayers, they are into this original sin bullshit. So I've had to reform a lot of our prayers. Um, are you an actual priest? Yes, I am the high priest of spiritual entertainment. Yes, certainly. Bless Cats Rescue. Good to see you. Christianity is your only truth, not for me. There are some good Christians on here, but they do Christianity their way. If you're doing it by the institutional standards, it becomes an evil in the world. Christianity as an institution has destroyed more human culture than any other religion in the world. It's done more evil than any other religion in the world, and it continues to do that today. Used to be a great deacon, sir. We talked before. The German guy. Let's see. What does it say? I was here late. Wonderful, Albert. I think Albert got a spanking. You are born Catholic, but I don't follow those ways. Yeah. Yeshua is the Buddha. Wonderful. Greetings, Michael. How is the vampire hunting going? Lenny is here. Good to see you, Lenny. Let Jeff out of the dungeon. Let's see. I've been subscribed for a while. Wonderful, Jim. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you appreciate being spiritually entertained. I'm not misleading anyone. I'm completely honest with everyone. There's no misleading here. Let's see here. The Baptists perhaps are the source of all hypocrisy. You don't like the Baptist church. Let's see here. Albert, what did you do to get in trouble here? Maybe you like Protestant if you go there. Just making a mockery of Christ. I'm good, eating some breakfast. A beautiful Sunday morning for you as well. Wonderful. Where am I from? I am from Florida. You're stuck at work, Dion? You get to enjoy your daily services as you are at work. I'm glad to bring your religion to you on a daily basis. I'm glad that you're here. God lover. God loves only 5 people. Interesting. You have to explain that. Let's see here. A test within we choose. Many blame the forces of their faults. I worship no gods here. I do believe in growth. Yeah, I don't worship in a traditional sense. I have given my heart to Caradwin. Devil's little soldier you are. Why do you say that, Albert? Now, if you were here in July, I was teaching the exact same things. Look at the lesbian lord in the background. No, she is Caradwin. And she is married and she has children. Let's see. Your husband would love this Sunday. He's a grave digger. Wow. What an interesting profession. Let's see. Yeah, one goddess. You're right. There's only one goddess for me too. Caradwin. That's it. No other. He's been working at the cemetery for 13 years. That's a wonderful service to humanity to be able to do something like that. Knight of Cypher, good to see you. Are you going to be able, Knight of Cypher? We have to get that character sheet made. A meeting later with Bridget, if you are available. Walkie talk, fantasy gods, mythical gods. Jesus is one true living thing. Prove it. How do I cast gooning demons? Well, you got to have the wrist for it and the right kind of wand. Father Deacon, my heart is full of, and my bloodstream is devoid of alcohol. What is the hell? Well, what have you been doing? Have you been going into some type of detox to get rid of your, to come to a clear mind? Is Lenny commanded it so? Where we at? You always speak the truth. Thank you. Yo BBO. Thank you very much. If you climb Mount Olympus on shrooms and LSD, you might see some God, certainly. But you don't see, you can enter into a state of, when you practice meditation, you don't need to always take these substances. You have a natural perception that you learn to it. You know, that is just like using mushrooms, for instance. That's just a quick jolt, a quick way to the top, right? But you can develop through your life of spiritualizing yourself. You certainly can have one foot in what would be considered the other world. That takes years. I'd love to have that in my life. You know, I'm just on a journey like some of you. I am no spiritual master, but I would love to be able to see in that way. And there's certainly people that are. Let's see. Oh, my word. You're not a father. You don't get to cuss and judge people. Yeah, screw you. You can't tell me what to do. Get lost if it bothers you. I can do whatever the hell I want on my own show. I don't need a fundamentalist telling me what to do. Albert's losing his mind. Well, if one wishes to be technical about it, Saturday is actually the correct Sabbath. Yeah, for the Hebrews, right? For the Jewish people. Let's see here. Where am I at? Look at all these comments already, and I'm very, very far behind already. What a wonderful experience. But as a courtesy, I get to you. Let's see here. Machine operator. But only one religion has a man who was crucified, and then rose. That's not true. There are many mythologies who talk about resurrection. Many of them. God is the only God. No, you need to learn how to read your scriptures. In the Old Testament, read Psalm 82. Read it very slowly. Start with the first verse. There's one high God and many other gods. And that's what you find in all mythologies, the very same structure and foundation for all types of deities and stuff. There's a nuclear war happening, perhaps, right? It seems like it could happen any moment. It's scary, right? Albert, you think I'm owned by Satan now. I was no different to you, Albert, a few months ago. I don't have a problem with Jesus Christ. I just have a problem with the institutions teaching him. And I think the Bible is a very corrupt book when you read it outside of mythology. I'm sweeter than a honey bun. Oh, my. Mud crab meat. Wow. Lord Jesus Christ is the only God. She's a goddess. She is not in competition with Jesus Christ. They are friends. They work together in benefiting the world. There's been many religions with blood sacrifice of people rising from 3 days. It is not something new. Let's see. Good morning, Yesh. Good to see you. Let's see here. You love the goddess Philip. Christian fundamentalists, this is your opportunity to accept Ceridwen as your personal maiden, mother, and crone. Open your heart to the goddess. Come to the goddess, Christian fundamentalists. She won't let you down. She won't torment you for all eternity. Come to her. Let's see here. Another confused man of God. Yes, I'm confused. Must be all of the drugs I've done in life. What do we need to be saved from? Not a damn thing. Christians make that shit up. They say, you have the problem. God is pissed off. One of the most evilest things in the world is teaching the All-Father is pissed off. The All-Father is in love with you. And not angry. Gets angry, just like any father, you get angry at the shit we do, right? But the first level of fatherhood is, I'm going to love you no matter what. Not because that love doesn't go away. Losing my voice. That love doesn't go away. You could be wicked as shit, and you are still loved. So this is the evil thing that Christians tell people, that God is pissed off. What are the most evil structures is in the Roman Catholic Church. They teach that God is always making a note of everything you do, and it will punish you for it. And in order to get out of that punishment, you must get an indulgence, for instance, make up for what you have done. You know, if I was a father to my children, the way the father of the Catholic Church is, someone would call the authorities to have my children removed away from me. The Catholic Church has scammed people on the greatest level in human history, controlling and manipulating, making you feel like you're the problem. As I say, if you take out hellfire out of the Catholic Church, only 10% of the people will remain. It will be like the Berlin Wall falling as communists fall. Only certain people stay communist, right? There's only certain people in Christianity that really appreciate Jesus Christ. They're not interested in him being a prostitute for them, getting them out of some place, doing things for him. They are interested in trying to love him. And that's appropriate. Most Christians are not like this. They are only into do I have to come to church this day? Is it a holy obligation? When you have the word of holy obligation, that means that you are now in a system of control. You certainly wouldn't go to church any other day of the week, would you? Only the ones that you are obligated to go, because you know if you don't go, you will certainly burn in hell for all eternity. Evil, evil Catholicism. I left the Catholic Church for a reason. Let's see. He's out there. Steve is not behaving. You are the last of the Belmont line. Interesting. Tell us of your deeds of vampire slaying. It is not Skyrim music. You are not a cultured individual. It is oblivion. Only cultured people recognize that. Let's see, where am I at here? Come to the Orthodox Church. I left the Eastern Church. I'm not going back. The Orthodox Church is probably, in my opinion, one of the best, but not perfect. When you have this anathema, is one of the most evil things in Orthodoxy. If you have different ideas about God and you choose to consider them and act upon them, they still use tactics of fear. They will kick you out for good. And one of the most evilest things I experienced, a story that I heard from a Roman Catholic deacon. He works in a crisis unit for health where people are dying. There was a heterodox Greek Orthodox bishop there dying. No one came to see him. He had to receive prayers from the Roman Catholic deacon, not even of his tradition, because no one would come to see him. What does it tell me about Orthodoxy? That you people are wicked and evil, that your religion is disgusting. Saint Piesus of the whole Piesus would not even pray with people of different religions. That tells me that he is evil. This is an evil, evil thing in Orthodoxy. You have returned, Raymond. Good to see you. Loki loves me so, for he tells me so. Yeah, what a wonderful song. Loki loves me, this I know. We can make a song out of that for the children. Vernon, why are you here? If you just come on here and bitch every day. I don't get it. You don't have to be here. Vernon, please tell us, what are you doing here? I don't understand. You come on here and bitch every day. What are you trying to accomplish, Vernon? I don't understand. Are you trying to convert me back to Christianity? Are you trying to convert other people here? Well, you bitch and you whine. No one's going to want your religion. Let's see here. God is the only real God. God lover. Whatever. Yeah. I am Father Dung. Yes, you can call me whatever you want. I don't care. Father Deacon is my stage name. It says it all in my bio. You are not a priest. I am the high priest of spiritual entertainment. That is what I am. God can do whatever it wants. Who the heck are you? Yeah, this God that does whatever it wants. It can do evil, right? Some of these people, their gods are evil. I don't think so. Sorry you couldn't join the D&D game. I don't have a computer. Maybe next time. Yeah, some people can't. They don't have the technology, and I'm sorry that you can't do that. This Friday coming up is going to be our first one around 5 p.m., between 4:30 and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have our game here for your entertainment. Let's see here. Witches are weak to fire. And Christians are prone to immorality, burning people alive. What a sick religion, right? They did that shit. Their book told them to do it. Says it right in the Bible, to burn witches alive. These are sick people. Good to see you, Shankar. Nice to see you. Am I on mushrooms? Not right now. No, not right now. I just took my morning gummy, and it has yet to kick in yet. This is Sunday is a 2 gummy day. You want to play the new Diablo? I've never played it. I played the one from about 5 or 6 years ago. I did that one. Keratin agreed to help you. Wonderful. Wonderful. Keratin's a wonderful goddess. Let's see here. Religion is the biggest con. No, it is not. A religion is something that preserves values. When you, outside of its institutional element, a religion is very necessary. It is part of our humanity. I am a speck of dust. Yeah, I am. Let's see here. The Bible even says in Genesis, the first word is we. Interesting. I'd rather watch you than stuck in church for hours. Yeah. Well, that's why I'm here, to bring you your spiritual entertainment, right? Like and subscribe. You can also join our community on Discord. There's a join button over there. And I'll give out 5 free subscriptions today. When I see 50 people watching, you can do that. It will bring. Now, if you're a Christian fundamentalist, I will ban you from this channel if you accept that. I know who the fundamentalists are on here. You will be immediately kicked out of the server trying to go onto it. So don't accept it. If you like coming here and bitching about your religion every day, don't accept it, because I will kick you out. Let's see here. Good morning, Equinox. Good to see you. You are here. And Katie, we always follow the goddess here. That's right, Katie. The goddess is wonderful. Right. You genuinely a priest. Yes, high priest. Drugs, not hugs. Yeah. Drugs are sometimes a better. Good to see you, Sam. Good to see our good friend Sam here. Is in love with you. I can't even pronounce your. Yeah, we have a good friend here from Iceland, and I am so illiterate. I can't even pronounce anything they're saying. Let's see here. You plan? What are you doing here? You are moving to Japan. Interesting. I think I will follow that guy. Japan has the highest suicide rate. Do they really? They do have that suicide force there, right? That's part of one of the most evil things in the Japanese culture is the culture of shame. You have this in some Asian cultures, that shaming you in such a way that you'd end your own life. That is a great evil. It is a great evil. The All-Father doesn't shame anyone. You create that state of mind for yourself. When I was a Christian, I run into Christians all of the time because the church has made them feel shameful. And I'd have to say, that is not how God thinks of you. You are the one creating the shame. The way that we are incapable as a human beings to forgive and to forget in the same way the All-Father can, right? Like if I committed adultery with my wife here, she would naturally try to shame me if we reconciled. She'd always be like, well, you did that, or the shame would continue. The shame is a way to punish. But if you do that, in terms of the All-Father, there is no such thing as shame. There's just generosity. There's just love that is shared, that overlooks perhaps things that you have done. Now, that's not done without reserve in terms of helping you deal with the things you have done, right? You can't just be evil and be in a relationship. You have to, that is something you get worked with in terms of healing that. But there is no shame with the divine. We create the shame. There's certainly some evil gods out there that will shame you, like the God of the church. The God of the Bible is one that will destroy you, right, if you don't have the right ideas. Oh, where are we at here? Let's see here. You live in Cyrodiil. Wonderful place. Who's the emperor now? Let's see. You are the most loved. Thank you. You built a lovely home right outside. I can't even pronounce that. Repent of Jesus. Okay, jeez. You rent a room inside of Anvil Castle. You are learning of the vampire count. Interesting. It's good to have those type of connections, right? To have your friends that are vampires. It's good to have that there. Point and shoot. Good to see you. We should definitely make a song about that. Yeah, earlier I remember we were talking about. Where are we at here? Look at all of these bad people on here being punished by Billy. Oh, my word. Dude, you're literally older than General Sam, popping gummies on Fridays and getting wacky. Yeah, why not? I am an elderly gentleman, yes. I am not able to get my senior citizen discount there, but I'm certainly up there. Let's see here. You love Oblivion, yeah. That beautiful game. Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls game. Then I played all the rest of them. What is this channel? I don't know. For most people, it's just a way to be entertained spiritually. But for others, it's like some of our fundamentalists here, a way to cry and bitch and moan. Celts and northern heathens. What do you mean by that? Are you talking about the context of the show? Kenwood, nice to see you. There's a lot to admire in Japan. I like the Shinto religion. It's beautiful. Reminds me of Druidry, the Shinto. Beautiful, beautiful traditions they have. I have a lady here on YouTube she is a Shinto, and she talks about her religion all the time. It's very fascinating. Nice to see you, Vikram. Nice to see you. Believe in the Lord Jesus Christ and you will be saved. Believe in Ceridwen and you don't need to be saved at all. There's nothing to save. There's no angry God that's going to destroy everyone. It's time to move to the modern times. The way that the Bible talks about gods, the ancient people, every time something bad would happen, it was God's fault. They were afraid of their gods. We don't live that way anymore. Stop presenting God as a being that's going to destroy everyone. Let's see. Where are we at here? They made it all up. Yeah, certainly. The Jesus of the Gospels loves us. The churchy Jesus, not so much, right? Good morning and love to everyone. Thank you, Jerome. Let's see. You're not Jewish. No, I'm not. The real church is in the building. Yeah, there was never supposed to be a building at all. That's something that was people invented to control and manipulate you. What you just said, facts. Thank you, Jenna. I appreciate you. The church is a scam, yes. Are you a priest? Yes. I am the high priest of spiritual entertainment. That is what I am. You got called a pagan by a Catholic priest's brother. Oh, interesting. They're always calling us names, right? God does destroy everyone. You will be gone in less than 30 years. Yeah. Your God is evil. Your God is evil. You are a pagan witch. Wonderful. What gods do you serve, Jenna? And what type of witchcraft do you practice? Are you a generational witch? Do you just do your own thing? Do you practice Wicca? What kind of experience do you have with it? Let's see here. Please forgive your sins. Keredwin forgives you. There you are. No, I left the Catholic Church. I am not Catholic. I am just an entertainer. Rhonda! Nice to see you. Realize as a father you would never send your children to hell. Yeah, for eternity. Punishment, never, yeah. They'll be like, help me, Rhonda. They'll be singing down there as they're being tortured to death, right? Remember that song? Every time I see your name, I think about, is that a Beach Boys song? My username. Can't we read the story like they are drugged Jesus on the cross with a sponge brought 3 days? Yeah, there's all kinds of ways you can look at it. Uriel Septim was a great king or emperor, whichever. He was certainly greater than Napoleon Bonaparte. You might be onto something right there. You might be onto something right there. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. It's our first exorcism of the morning. The demon. It's coming out, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming out. Oh, the demon is coming. The demon is coming. Hello, boys and girls. I'm the scary clown demon. Ooh, Christian fundamentalist. I love you, fundamentalists. Ooh. Thank you. Man, I don't like clowns. Thank you, Christian fundamentalists. I appreciate you delivering me from that evil clown demon. I felt like it was like the It, right? Some of you will watch the new It series. It's quite interesting. The new It series. They've released 2 episodes so far. Welcome to Derry, I think that's what it's called. It's a wonderful, wonderful. I loved all of the It's. They were quite well done. All right, where am I at here? Thank you once again, Christian fundamentalists. Poppy, whatever your name is, you have delivered me from a demon. There's one per show, though. Next time you have to come tomorrow morning for tomorrow morning show if you want to cast out any more of the demons. Only one come out at a time. Now, as some of you know, they make the accusation that I have a demon, and then they do their magical ritual of casting it out, and nothing happens. It's because they're full of shit. There's no truth to what they are saying. This is they are breaking their own commandments. Thou shalt not bear false witness. You are breaking your own commandment, Christian fundamentalist. Here to what you are doing is inappropriate. By the 9, Knights of the 9, unite! We must defeat the Daedra menace in the land. Why do you wear Roman color? Well, the Romans stole it from the Episcopalians, really. There are many different religions that use the clergy shirt, not just the Latin church. I wear it because I'm a high priest of spiritual. I used to wear this to get people in the church when I was in the Catholic Church, but now I wear it to get them out. You are back for more. Wonderful. Let's see here. The common sense. The Bible is some of the most judgmental literature. Yeah, it's terrible. When it's not mythology, if it's a mythology, you understand it as such. You are able to navigate through it. But when it becomes God's word, then you have this evil-ass God in the Old Testament, tormenting his own people, having them kill children and rape people. And then you get to the New Testament. Then he will torment you for all eternity, for not having the right ideas, right? He that believeth not is condemned already. That's not a father. A father would never act that way. Let's see here. You're a demon. Yes, I am. You're evil. Jesus said not to do that to people. You are publicly trying to humiliate me. You know I don't have a demon. Obviously, you have no power if that is the case. You're a powerless Christian. You know, probably watching porn all day and then going to church saying, "Oh, I'm forgiven." Let's see. The gummy is hitting in. Yes, the gummy is starting to kick in a little bit. Where are we at here? Trying to catch up to your comments. You've posted 4 times. Interesting. What did you post here? He's ignoring your comment. No, it takes me a while to get to it. Unless you're just being a prick, and then I will not read your comment. Darth Raven is here. The Galactic Alliance has made its presence known. Now, some of you know this, that in like the Elder Scrolls games, the modding community, they have like Star Wars mods. You can bring like Darth Vader into Skyrim and stuff. I remember the first cool one was the crash landing site of, what was that game? That space game, that was a big space game. What was it called? Mass Effect. The Mass Effect spaceship crashes outside of Whiterun. Some of you remember that. That was interesting. By their fruits you shall know them. Right, Alec? By their fruits. You should judge the God of the Bible by its fruits. Take, for instance, the passage, the fruit of the Spirit, patience, long-suffering, kindness, joy, and then go through the Old Testament and see if the God adds up to its own ideas of what a spiritual being should be. And you will discover that this God is nothing like the fruit of the Spirit. Quite wicked, quite evil, and how it treats its people. Let's see here. Jesus Christ is your king. Ceridwen is my queen. Praise the goddess. This is the goddess zone. Christian fundamentalists, if you have come here, then it must be because you want the goddess in your heart. Open your hearts to the goddess, Christian fundamentalists. Accept Ceridwen as your personal maiden, mother and crone. Open your heart to her. She stands at the door and knocks with her cauldron of the Awen. She is there, ready to share it with you. Open your heart to the goddess. The demons have left people, but have fled to the House of Parliament. Yeah, you got that clown. The clowns are in the Parliament House now, right? Where are we at here? Let's see here. No Pentecostal, actually. You are Pentecostal, Alec. So you're speaking in tongues as you're watching. Is that a witch? No, it is my goddess, Sister Ashley. That is Ceridwen. Well, she is kind of called a white witch, technically, yeah. But in the history of the Welsh people, the word witch is a Christian word. All people in the Celtic tradition, they practiced magic. There were no witches. Witches is a word invented by Christians. She was doing some magic. We're going to burn her alive. She is a witch. You know, there was no such thing as witches until the Abrahamic religion. Everyone did magic. Now, modern witchcraft is quite different. It continues this title in its own way. But that's now how it was amongst the ancient Welsh. She was no witch. But now she is known as one, you know. Let's see here. I said the same thing over the past 15 minutes about the Bible being judgmental literature. I was just being impatient. I see. Oh, wow. Do you have Discord? Yes. Dion, why aren't you on there? You are a community member. You go to the community members only tab. Right underneath my OnlyFans page link, you will find the Discord. It is there. Ulf, our good friend, Norse, all these Norse people are here. All these Norse pagans are here, hanging out with Ceridwen. Can you explain to a non-Christian how they see the world as someone who once was? I don't understand their view of the earth. Makes no sense to me. Put under human above others. Well, Christianity is just pushing what happened in a period of our history called the Enlightenment. The way that people began to think differently about the world affected all of the major religions in the world. And they begin to separate what would be considered natural in category of above it, supernatural. So religion, the deities, and what would pagan people would say everything is spiritual, right? But for the Christianity, their God is an astronaut, basically. There's some mystical place in the sky, that the world does not matter, that there's no gods here. This is just resources. So that is the Christian mindset. It is a horrible one, right? It is a terrible one. Now, not all Christians think that way. But for instance, if I go to the Baptist church down the road, they're just waiting to die. They're waiting to get out of here. There's nothing of value for them here. And it's a contradiction to the teaching of Jesus Christ, who taught resurrection. He never taught people they were going to a heaven. He never said, I'm taking you out of a frying pan either. He brought the kingdom of God. And that's what resurrection is. It is to return you to here. This is the spiritual place. There is no other. And Christians have been taught the opposite, that this is not a spiritual place. This is, you can rape and pillage it all you want to. They don't see the earth as a living being that is here to give us the breast milk, to give us sufficiency. They don't see it as that way. They see it as just a resource. And this is quite an evil thing, what they believe it. Now, when I was a Christian, there are 50 people are viewing. Here comes 5 free subscriptions out to you. Here it comes. Get ready. Now, in order to accept this, you have to go down to that money symbol and click on I can receive gifts. Here it comes. 50 free subscriptions, or 5 free subscriptions coming at you. If you're a Christian fundamentalist, get ready to get banned if you accept it. I will ban you. This is for people who are of diversity. All right. Now let's see who took it. Sloth, good to have you on. This nice, all of these wonderful people. Now, if you go over to the community tabs on my page here, there'll be a members only now. You'll have to refresh the page and it should pop up. And you can go to our Discord server from there. It is a place of people of many gods, of no gods, and some people who just have one God. It is a place of spirituality, a neutral ground where you can have conversations and have a good time. Where are we at here? Let's see here. Some of your comments I lost. I apologize. Fim Fang, nice to see you. Made it. You have a toothache that makes you feel like a whetstone lodged inside your temple. You need some gummies, my friend, to ease the burden of that pain. You need that in your life. George, I think you don't read the Old Testament, or you just don't understand the Bible. George, I was a Christian for 30 years. I traveled halfway around the world teaching people the Bible. I have went to some of the best universities, seminary. I did it all. I taught people the Bible. I know it quite well, personally and professionally. I read it for 30 years. So I know what I'm talking about. You, unfortunately, aren't able to see these things because you wear a certain form of goggles called Christian fundamentalism. You are unable to approach these scriptures critically and to see them in their proper context. When a God, for instance, tells you that he's going to bring judgment down upon the Babylonians, that he's going to raise up an army that will bash their children's heads against a stone, that will rape their women and steal their things, you will make an excuse for that. Normal people will say that is evil. If that was outside of your religion, you would have no problem saying, yeah, that's evil. The Bible is not the word of God. This is the biggest scam in Christianity, that you are forced to accept all of this bullshit like that, as that's how God is. He's an asshole, right? That only evil assholes do that kind of shit. All right. Cheese, cannabis. Now, that's an interesting combination. Do you have like that spray, those cheese cans that spray the cheese out? It's laced with cannabis now. Is that what they put it in the beers? Why not? They put it in the cheese, and you can just, put it in your mouth and have a good time, right? You put cheese on everything, right? Where are we at here? Do you worship Satan? No, I don't worship any gods at all, not in a traditional sense. Keredwen is my goddess, but it is not like I chop chicken heads off before I start a program. I'm like, Keredwen, we're here. This is your show. Thank you for allowing me to be your bard. It's a real simple relationship. Oh boy. Well, let's see, where are we at here? If you have infected teeth, gargle garlic. Oh, that's also a good idea, right? Now back to your chat screen disappeared. Yes, that always happens, right? Some people make fun of me for saying these. They have it in quotations. I'm sorry I lost your comments. Is that the goddess behind you? That's one of the images of Keredwen. Yeah, this is a more darker version. She's a wonderful goddess. Random people in a YouTube live don't know much about the Old Testament other than the church fathers. Well, the church fathers were quite racist, right? They didn't like Jews, especially St. John Chrysostom. The Christian liturgy didn't like Jews either because they anathemized the Jews in it. During the imperial unity with Christianity, the Jews were burnt alive by Christians. Wonderful. You are wonderful Christians. Let's see here. Thank you for explaining. I have a lot of trouble getting an explanation from Christians on why they believe that and why. Maybe it's because they just don't see it as what it is. Yes, well, this is a problem in our society as well. It happened first. We find in Christianity and the major religion in the world at the time during the Enlightenment, right? And people were, gravitating towards. There's a certain deism. But that's what Christianity became as a whole, where God is upstairs somewhere, not down here anymore. And this caused, people like the Rosicrucians, right? They're like, we want to have a spirituality that is here. A lot of the interest in esotericism increased, occultism, or whatever you want to call it, because they just wanted some spirituality here, and not this crazy shit that the church says, where it's only in a church building or when you get to heaven. People wanted something they could touch, that they can feel. This is why a lot of people leave the church, because they want to experience something, not when they die, they want it now. And paganism gives that to people. There are gods everywhere when you are a pagan, right? But I'm not a pagan, I'm a monotheist myself. Just Keredwen. Let's see here. Don Coyote, you studied the Bible for years. That's why I don't believe it anymore. Yeah, one of the things that made me pagan mindset, the Bible taught paganism. Deuteronomy 32, 8 and 9. El Elyon, this is the Most High God. There's 70 nations. He gave every nation a God. And he gave Yahweh to the children of Israel. That is the narrative, that there are more than one God. That's how I, first understood it, that they're in the book of Enoch. They were called the pastors. The book of Enoch poses them as fallen beings, that they are not good. That's the narrative of the Hebrews, that their God is the only good one, which is bullshit, because look what he does to them, right? But that is the narrative in the book of Enoch, that there's lots of gods. Let's see here. Now, 1 John 4:8, God is love. Then why does he torment people for all eternity? Your God. Why does he tell children to be murdered and tell people to take sexual slaves if your God is loving? I don't think so. Now, naturally, the All-Father is loving and our great lady. But when you take that verse, you are reading it as everything in the Bible is a word of God. That is a contradiction. Loving fathers don't abandon their children just because they have the wrong ideas. This is one of the greatest evils within Christianity, that you have a God who will punish you for all eternity just for having the wrong ideas. If you've been anathemized by the church, for instance, you're on your way to hell. You didn't get it in time, Darth Raven. I'm sorry. There will always, every month I give away some. That is all that I'm able to give away for the month. Let's see here. Jesus said, "By this, everyone I will know you're my disciples, by your love for one another." Yeah, you have to tell that to some of the Christian fundamentalists on here, because they aren't very loving. They're always trying to do exorcisms on me and call me names and things like that. Sir, please tell me my future. I am India. Very soon. This is very important for you to realize your future. I have foreseen it. You are going to have to go to the bathroom. I have seen it. I have foreseen it. There's no way to get around it. That is your destiny and fate. Yes, exactly. And the same God is merciful, but sets up people to kill and enslave and rape. Right. Well, what the Thelma or Minerva or Thule? I don't know. Rick, nice to see you. Give me the bunnies. Thank you. You give the bunnies some goodies, right? You are contributing to the pleasure of my two little rabbits that run around here. Appreciate your contribution. Only the best treats. Thank you for supporting my creatures. They appreciate you. They are downstairs running around somewhere. Let's see. The chickens only exist because of scripture. Oh my word. Where am I at here? Let's see here. Anyone that defends the Crusades is deranged. I'm not going to even go through your comment. Gummies, yeah, take some gummies for your pain. Do you believe in the rapture? Yes, I do. I'm hoping it will happen soon. I'm sorry that you all missed it a few weeks ago, but I've been waiting for you fundamentalists to get taken out of here for a long time. Of course, I believe in the rapture. I pray to the goddess every day. Goddess, please do something about these Christian fundamentalists. Will you please talk to Jesus about getting them out of here on their mothership or something? We want them to be raptured. Yes, this is a fake ministry. Okay. You are a false prophet talking just to hear yourself talk. No, I do it for entertainment. I don't know why that is false. And I never claimed to be a prophet. I'm just an entertainer. Shaggy Stephen. Now, you, however, in terms of, you are just ranting again. Every week I have these people who are, some of you have heard, they are refugees from my Grindr account, people who I've banned. Shaggy7 is one of you. His name is based on his strange and bizarre sexual practices. Shaggy Stephen. I'll let you come to your only. You can make your own conclusions of what he wants me to ride around in his mystery machine in 7 different ways. I mean, you can come to look at his name. You can come to your own conclusions. And I'm like, this is inappropriate behavior. This is not the type of homosexuality that I'm interested in. Block. And so they're all these refugees from my Grindr account that come here to torment me because of my denial of their perversions that they want to practice. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, lots of gods. It says it all in there, right? It says it all in there. Oh, my word. I am the high priest of Jezebel. The demon spirit. No, I don't think so. Can we talk about the changing definition of paganism? That's tomorrow night show. That's tomorrow night show. I'll be talking about how now when I talk about these things, they are just suggestions. I don't give a shit how you want to do your paganism. But I don't want to do my appreciation of Caledwin the way that my ancestors did it, because they were scared shitless of their gods. And they had all of these rituals and things to try to get things from them. I'm not interested in that. If you want to honor your gods in a ritualistic way in a community, that's wonderful. But in terms of my, when I get together with other people of religions, they have rituals. That's important. But in terms of my personal practices, there's not much ritual there. I don't feel the need. The power of the human will is behind every prayer, behind every ritual, behind every spell. There is the will. That is, the spells by themselves, the rituals that we do, the altars that we erect, they are not more powerful than you are. You are the power that manifests through those activities. And a lot of people, they don't understand that. They think, oh, this is an ancient prayer here. And when I say this prayer, things will happen. No, you are the one that makes it happen. It is not more powerful than you are. You are the most powerful thing in the universe because of your will. Your will has the power to shape destiny. At the subatomic level in quantum physics, your will affects the very manifestation of particles. That is how powerful the human will is. It forms the universe. And all ritual and intentions are things we do outside of it to display our creativity with our will. And there's nothing wrong with it. But that's going to be tomorrow's show. Because people are like, how do you worship Caledwin? And I say, I don't worship her. We hang out. That is it. The show, or I'm out in my grove meditating. She is not a distant presence that I have to conjure up. She is here as a loving mother. I find myself in her embrace. That's what it is. Oh, where are we at here? I'm way back in the chat. Yes, Father Deacon has been an inspiration to me. Stock up on the gummies. Indica, THC, baby. A wonderful Rhonda. I appreciate you. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Where are we at here? Haunted Viz. You stretched your extra foreskin 2 times a day already. It's 10:44. I woke up 10:30. Are you using an iron, or do you use like weights to tie to the ends of it to stretch it out? Tell us of your techniques. Let's see here. I think I might start in a CBD. I can't do. That's what I did. CBD oil didn't do shit for me. You're on hormones and you get a bad trip every time. Yeah. Well, you might want to try Delta 8. Delta 8 gummies is like the lowest form of relaxation and comfort. There's no psychedelic effects on it, unless you take 4 of them or something. My wife takes a Delta 8 every night, and every now and then, if I run out of my Delta 9, I will take them. So you might want to start out. That is made from CBD oil. It is you'd have to like drink a whole bottle of CBD oil sometimes to get the relaxation, right? But now I had overdosed on CBD oil at one time, and I had the anxiety of the high. That's all it cost. CBD oil didn't do much for me for my arthritis, so I had to move on to more powerful forms of intoxication to deal with my arthritis. All right. Maximus, good to see you. The origin of the word Christian is not of monotheism. It's more on the lines of what? I can't understand what you're saying. Oh, my word. It's good to have you all here. Spiritual entertainment is what I do every day. Like and subscribe. Join our community. There's a join button over there. You can come hang out in Discord and be spiritually entertained next week. Big week coming up. Tomorrow I'm going to be talking about Caledon, my worship of Caledon, and how I think paganism needs to evolve. Wednesday, I'm going to do an interview. Wednesday's show is going to be later on in the evening, and 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be talking an interview with a druid who is a shaman and also uses Dungeons and Dragons to give people shamanistic experiences. Uses it as a way of healing. They are well educated. They're working on their PhD in therapy and all of that, and they have found a way to heal people through gaming. So that's going to be fun. And Friday, we are going to be having our first Dungeons and Dragons game here. I will be the dungeon master. I will be in my wizard realm gear. You will find it. That will be on Friday evening, as 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's going to be a big week. We're going to have lots of fun here, and I appreciate all of you who come here and support what I do every day. One of the, what are you saying here? Tetro, you're saying one of the earliest rituals was when the pagans learned how to make steel from the English. What are blood rituals? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what you mean by that. Let's see. Elizabeth, nice to see you. Nice to see you, Elizabeth. You have seen not the footsteps single. I don't know where you're going. Are you a priest? I am the high priest of spiritual entertainment. Says it all in my bio. You got my back, bravo. Thank you, Darth Raven. Good to have you here. Oh my word! Shrooms should be accessible for those who use it for their beliefs. Certainly, I think that you're onto something there. Modern psychology has used it to heal so many people. The mushroom. It is a wonderful thing. The indigenous people were always right. All right. If you're going to, Christian fundamentalists, if you're going to quote scriptures, I'm just going to ignore what you're saying. I'm not interested in that. If you want to have a conversation, that would be wonderful. But you're copying and pasting from ChatGPT. I don't even bother to read it. I'm very familiar with the Bible. I was a Christian for 30 years. And I taught the Bible for many years when I was a Christian. So you are not, you do not need to copy and paste the scriptures. Oh my word! Where are we at here? I'm always far behind. There's thousands and thousands of comments, and I do my best to get to them. Let's see here. Look at all of these people on here. That's gay. Are you gay? Is that what you're asking me? Let's see here. CBD sucks, but then you might want to do a half a gummy. Yeah. CBD oil never did anything for me. The Delta 8, Delta 9. Delta 9 gives you like just the right proper intoxication, which is calming, and at the same time you can articulate things. That's why I take it before my shows. You want me to take my clothes off, Gary? Now I told you on Grindr. I am not a prostitute. You cannot get a peep show here, Gary. I am sorry. You see all these Grindr refugees, they come here. Always trying to taunt me. Let's see here. Learning me a thing or two here. A lot of wisdom from some of y'all. You're welcome, Rhonda. I'm glad that you are a part of our community here. I saw that you came on Discord yesterday. I'm glad to have you on there. But Father, if you're moderating for pain, you are not intoxicated. You're literally using whatever you want to call it. I use it every day. I'm always in pain. I'm always in pain. Some people like to get high. I mean, that's your choice, right? Yeah. Some people like drinking a beer. Some people like smoking reefers. You can abuse anything. I mean, you can abuse bacon, right? You can eat a pound of bacon every day and get 500 pounds, right? You can abuse anything. Substances are not the problem. It's our consumption of it and how we use it. I've never actually played D&D. Yeah, it's a fun game. I was a dungeon master for many years, and I had retired. It's been 3 years, so I'm a little out of it a little bit. I'm learning again. There's a new edition of 5th edition 5.5 it's all new to me, and so I'm getting back into it again. Oh my word! Let's see, Father. If you already told me that. Mushrooms are great to heal and meditate. Yeah, for many people, they have found a benefit from it. Let's see. I told you if you're gonna copy and paste scriptures, I'm just gonna ignore them. Yeah, Gary's he wants me to strip down all the time. Some of these people, they always take off your clothes, take off your clothes. I'm like, no. You do CBD in a vape. Now, I would just do the drops of CBD oils. I would not do the vapes. It was a greater intensity when you do it. Oh, my word. We too low. It's always relaxing, but you like smoking. You like smoking it instead. This is the devil's doctrine, yes. Christian fundamentalists, you have been warned. You have come to an actual Sunday Satan worship service. We're all worshiping the devil here. You have been warned. Flee now while you still can, before your souls are taken in. We have people from Norway and Iceland here. It's good to have you here. Tor, I'll just call you Tor. I can't pronounce any Nordic names. Our Icelandic friend here, not a chance, not a chance. Yeah, go ahead and talk. Stop doing your scripture. Why do you preach devil's doctrines? For fun. Why are you a Christian? Not for fun. Because you're going to be tortured to death for all eternity if you don't, right? No fun. That's not fun. That is, you are afraid. Your God is wicked and evil. He torments people. That's why you're a Christian, right? You want me to oil up? No, thank you. No, thank you. The rebel lady, Lilith. No, it is Caledon. This is Caledon back here. And that no Lilith, she comes onto the chat sometimes, a few times during the week. Panda, you actually worship Satan. Oh, wonderful. I don't care what people worship. I'm just an entertainer. As long as you're not being a prick about it. I'm losing my voice. Oh, and almost 50 years old and still going through puberty. It's torture. Maybe one day I'll have a beard. Do I have to be circumcised to be accepted by God? Depends on which one. Now, if you want to be a cult member, if you go to the join button, one of our first rituals that we do in our cult is circumcision. We will circumcise you. Doesn't matter if you've already been. We will find more skin. We'll stretch it out and remove what is ever left over. So that is one of our rituals that we do here in our cult for the males. We are still trying to learn what to do with the females yet, but for the males. Let's see here. Did Jesus have brothers? Yes, certainly. You are saved by faith, not by works. I don't need to be saved. There's no pissed off gods here. There's no need for me to be saved. Christian, you are looking for some strange soup. What kind of soup are you into, right? Is this like a sexual reference? You like swimming around in the soup? Here comes more rebukes. Yeah, there's only one exorcism. Only one exorcism per show. Christian fundamental. We did it earlier, remember? You remember the exorcism earlier? The clown demon showed up. Remember you got that out? We took care of that. Right? That was earlier today. that was one of my sons. That was their Halloween outfit. Uh, they said they were a homeless clown. They wore like blood-stained shirts and things like that. Their imaginations, right? It's all good that I can't pronounce your name. Wonderful. Word. Where are we at here? Welcome to my shop, weary traveler. Or my inns are cleaner than an elven ass. There's that one too. Some of you know that reference. Let's see here. Cicero, good to see you again. God gave you free will. Then why does he harden hearts, Mr. Fress? You say that I have free will, but the Bible doesn't teach that. The Bible says, in the words of the Apostle Paul, who he hardens, and whom he softens, he softens. Your God does not give free will, so why are you saying that? It says it right there in the Bible. Like Pharaoh, his heart was hardened so that God could punish him. What a wonderful deal. If I did that to my children, if I made sure that they were able to make all of the wrong, just like set them up to make all of the wrong decisions and punish them, what would you do? You'd call the police. This is your God. Wicked and evil. Free will is not in the Bible, ladies and gentlemen. It is a thing the Christian church has invented in its theology in order to give you a reason why you're going to be tormented for all eternity. They will say to you, you chose to do this. God is just giving you what you want. That's an evil God. If I did that to my children, you would call the police. You chose to go. If I let my son, I have a barbecue in my backyard. If I let him put his hand in it, I say, you chose to put your hand in the barbecue when it was on. You got what you deserved. What would you do? You'd call the cops, right? This is the Christian God, wicked and evil. Let's see. You have 45 minutes to your yoga class. It's starting in 2 minutes. Wonderful. You can always take me for yoga. Put the earphones on. Glad you are here. Have a beautiful day. Take care, Rhonda. Nice that you are here. BBB, the infancy gospel of Thomas, describes Jesus killing several people that was the fun gospel. He's just doing what his God does, right? The Father is a murderer. So why not have the Son go around murdering people? He's just acting like Yahweh, right? Yeah, bro got no bitches, as you say. So he's got a simp for witches. Whatever that means. You just realize that this guy is not a real priest. I am very real, sir. I am thy priest of spiritual entertainment. Maybe I'm not the priest that you were looking for, but I certainly am one for thousands of people every day that meet with me here. Let's see. Originally, isn't hell a parable for the material world? Well, you can go all different ways with it. Laughing out loud. Oil up. Have you ever used to talk to speech app while you're talking? Sometimes it can be a lot of fun. You practice oiling up with your speech app? Is that what you are telling me? How does that work out with an app? Does it like bear witness to your noises and responds in kind in that way? Let's see here. Onion soup. Warriors used to drink it when they got cut open in battle. Interesting. So you're saying that is good for his toothache there that he's dealing with us. You are welcome. Let's see here. Goodbye, Robert. I'm glad that you decided to leave. Most Christian fundamentalists, they'll stay and torment us. Thank you for leaving. Let's see here. But you can definitely tell he was a real priest, dude. You are crazy if you can't see that this man has spent an entire life, LOL, reading the freaking scriptures. Yeah, Sonny, I was 30 years in the church. And now I am been liberated by Ceridwen. She's like, let me get you out of there. Take my cauldron. I said, okay, let's get out of here. Where are we at here? Fair. Look at here. His excuses for why God hardens. Well, I'm already a sinner too. Harden my heart. Pharaoh was already. God can't harden a righteous man. That's not what the apostle said. He said, he who he hardens, he hardens. Doesn't say anything that's right. There's none not righteous. No, not one. That's your narrative. You're contradicting yourself. You see how they make excuses for all the bullshit that their God has, right? They have all of the answers to why their God can be an asshole. Let's make excuses for it. They're just like people that are experiencing, codependency. Their parental figure or lover is always abusing them, and they're always making excuses. Oh, one day they'll love me. It is really sad, Christianity, some of these people. Now, not all Christians are like that, right? Billy's a good Christian on here. Batman can quote the scriptures faster from ChatGPT. Certainly. Jeffrey is here. Good to see you, Jeffrey. Good to have you here. There is no God for you, Alex. Wonderful. I don't care what you believe in. Jesus is a God, not the only one. Yeah, that's where I am. I love the pagan women behind him. That is Ceridwen. Yeah, she is a goddess. Marcus, I don't know what you are saying. I don't speak your religion. Oh, where am I at here? Are you going to... The power of God compels you. Toss holy water at me. Yes, some of you are throwing your holy water all over your screens, right? You cannot believe all of the blasphemy that's coming forth here. But this is unacceptable. All of this blasphemy from this person. What am I going to do about it? Jesus is the only God for you. Well, Ceridwen is my only God too. I'm a monotheist as well. Ceridwen, that's it. There are no other gods beside her. Why are all these people wanting me to oil up? I ran out of my oils a long time ago. Good to see you, Yellow Loki. Good to have you here. All of the Lokis come in here every now and then. They're all different colors. The colors of the rainbow. They are the Lokis for diversity. And they always come and visit here. You accept Ceridwen as your true goddess. Wonderful. Christian fundamentalists, you can too. Accept Ceridwen. Christian fundamentalists, open your heart to the goddess. Accept her as your personal maiden, mother, and crone. Take the goddess into your life before it's too late, before the cauldron moves on. No one comes to Ceridwen but through the cauldron. You are right. She is the way, the truth, and the cauldron. Nobody can know the cauldron except by her. All things work together for those who are called to the cauldron and who love Ceridwen. Yeah, you are right. Ceridwen, wonderful. Yeah. I am praying to a false idol. Nope, there's no idols here. There's just Ceridwen. White Loki is here. Good. We have the Loki, the diverse communities of the Lokis here, going to share with us the history of Norse diversity. Wonderful. Yellow Loki and White Loki is here. The Lokis have come to grace us with their trickster energy here. We appreciate you, Loki. All of the colors of the rainbow here. Darth, you've accepted the goddess. Wonderful. Accept the goddess. Christians, please, before it is too late. Goyne is going to come along and he's going to take all of the Awen for himself. So this is a limited time offer. Accept Ceridwen. Christian fundamentalists, open your heart. She stands at the door and knocks and waits for you to come out to her cauldron. Come to Ceridwen. Accept her as your personal maiden, mother, and crone. Open your heart to the hour. Now, if there's a Christian fundamentalist out there, if you want to accept the goddess, I will say a prayer with you. All I need to see are the hearts. Show me those hearts, and I'll know that there's someone out there. Oh, look there. There's someone who wants to accept Celadwin as your personal maiden, mother, and crone. I will pray with you to do this. Look, there's more there. Look at all the hearts. So many people wish to accept the goddess. This is wonderful. Say this prayer with me. Dear Celadwin, I accept you as my personal maiden, mother, and crone. Please come into my heart and save me with your cauldron of Awen from all of the Christian fundamentalism in the world. Oh, and there you are. Now, if you've said that prayer, go find some bards to hang out with. There we have it. Oh, I have to do my part. The goddess wants me to go to all corners of the earth, letting everyone know about how wonderful she is. This is, seriously, I have brought Celadwin to more people in all of human history that were devoted to her. Thousands of people every day see her, every day. I normally get about, at minimum, 50,000 people a week come through here. So think of all of these people who get to meet the goddess. Eat your heart out, Taliesin. All right. All of these Lokis are here. Wonderful. Dina, what is this? This is spiritual entertainment in its finest presentation by your bard here, yours truly. Oh, my word. Let's see here. Trying to get through some of these. Neil, good to see you. What gods are we talking about? Whatever gods you want to talk about, I will talk to you about them. I enjoy talking to people about spiritual things and having a good time doing it. So that is what I do here every day. So any gods you want to talk about, well, let's talk about them. Let's see here. Good morning to you, Inquisitor Bacon here. Making sure everything is not kosher. Inquisitor Bacon. Good to have you here. Now, some of you don't know Inquisitor Bacon's story. I am not against Jewish people at all. He is not against Jewish people. But he has had a bad experience. He tried to convert to Judaism. During the circumcision, there was an accident. And so he found himself kind of hurt by this experience. And now he has taken on, as a way to express his anger. He is always consuming pork products all of the time. I mean, he has pork sandwiches. He has pork chops, bacon. I mean, he's on the Atkins diet by his own. He doesn't need to be on it. He drinks pork juice. Sometimes your pork products will come. They have that juice. Well, that's his natural way of consuming things. He gets really into it, like fundamentally, because of his botched circumcision. That's what it all goes back. Now, it wasn't anyone's fault. He had requested the ancient scissors of old. That there's rust on them and all kinds of things. They don't wash their scissors, the ancient ones, and that's what did it to him. They were quite dull, and it took it off in the wrong way, and so he has to deal with that as a handicap. And one of the ways he compensates is, pork products like hot dogs and things and sausages. He makes Germans look bad. I mean, his sausage fests, they are things of monumental historical significance. He goes into his neighborhood, door to door, and offers people a bratwurst. Like, here, come to my sausage party. He goes through all his neighborhood. He goes around, when he's at community events, giving people bacon and things. He just hands people pieces of bacon. He makes sure that he goes out and fries a bunch of batches of it. for the Halloween, for trick or treat. He gave out pork chops, fried pork chops. They were wrapped in aluminum foil, but he had give everyone pork chops for Halloween. He wanted, he is very serious about his pork. Unlike it, he would never qualify for Islam or Judaism again because of his desires. Or he perhaps in some Hindu circles, yes, he would. He would, especially he would never be able to be a member of PETA, unfortunately. So that's just a little bit of his history. That he did. You were unaware. Now you have been educated. You have been educated. Oh, let's see here. Good morning. Good morning to you. Now, really, you think that I am afraid to answer questions? No, not at all. Not at all. Let's see here. You have a massive hard-on. Have you thought you took too much Viagra, right? That's what happened. They tell you if you have an erection lasting more than 8 hours that you should receive medical treatment, right? Now, one time somebody slipped some of those into a drink that I consumed. And everyone, I had to hide. People were thinking I was a pervert walking around. I had to hide myself. And I'm sitting, and I made my way home. And I'm sitting at home, and it's still going on. And I didn't know that someone had put this stuff in my drink. It's like giving me a roofie or something. They want to get me all excited, I guess. They were trying to prep me for their sexual exploits. And so I'm sitting at home, and it's like 12 hours later. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? So I felt immediately, I had to drive to the hospital for them to take care of this problem of mine. And I was speeding. Now, in order to drive, I had to push my seat back quite a bit. So I was driving like this. And I was going real fast and things. And the officer comes up, and I'm like laying like back like this. He thinks that I'm like high on marijuana or something because I got the seat back like this. You know how you would do those G rides, like this. That's what I was doing. And he looks in, and he smiles and looks down and points. He goes, "Do you have any weapons on you?" I'm like, "Oh shoot." This must be one of the Grinder refugees trying as a police officer wanting to, score with me. And I said, "No, sir." I was honest with him. I go, "I'm on my way to the hospital. I have a serious condition here." And I pointed it in his face. I'm like, "You see here? This is a serious condition that I'm dealing with." And I went to the hospital. And this is a fairly new staff of the hospital that I learned to acquaintance with. Many of as I'm waiting in the people are coming in, having conversations with me. Now I have no pants on. I'm up at the table, it's just sticking up in the air and everything, and everyone's coming in to do examination. I mean, why can't I just have one or two doctors? You have all of the night shift coming in here and taking a peek. And that's what they were doing. They are there, trying, like, "Hey, how's it hanging today?" And I'm like, "Can't you see for yourself?" And all of the staff come in there. They're taking selfies with it. I'm like, "Well, why not? Go ahead and take a selfie with it." They were like, "We've never seen this problem before at our new hospital. We thought it was just a rumor." And you say 12 hours this has been happening. I say, "Yeah, I don't know what." Later, I would learn that someone slipped some Viagra into my drink at a party. I did not know that. So everyone's coming in, taking selfies with it. The doctors are coming in with all of their tools and probing it and things. Getting out their measuring tape and things and going around it, tying strange things like ropes. They gave it an IV to see if that would do anything. That kind of hurt, putting it up in the vein, that one long vein. Some of the gentlemen, that long vein. They put an IV into it to see if it would moisten up and shrink down to normal size. They were trying all kinds of lotions and things. It was quite awkward and embarrassing, and quite enjoyable. Quite enjoyable. And eventually, some doctors figured out, the problem, and they came in with like a device that kind of poked a hole in it, and it began to drain some of the accumulated blood. That's what happens when you are excited. The blood rushes in and stays there. So that they were able to release it, and I was able to go back home. And they just said, "Be careful at what parties that you go to." And I said, "All right, oh, that's good advice." So if you're at a party, always make sure you never leave your drinks. Put your hand over your beers, because you never know. There's perverts everywhere. Someone was trying to get me all excited and stiff for the evening. They had other ideas, but their plans were foiled. All right. Let's see here. Where are we at here? Mad Hatter, good to see you. Oh, my word. Let's see here. Trying to catch up to some of these comments here. Hail to the horn god, Cyrnos. Wonderful. The goddess Hecate, yes. All kinds of people. All of their gods are welcome here. Steve, you get all your pork from pork hub and Viagra. Do you go for hymns? For hymns takes care of all of your hair, your overweightness. They have the shots and things. Did you see Snoop Dogg's For Hims commercial? That tells you a lot, right? He just needs to cut back on the cannabis. Call in the name of Keradwin, and you shall be saved. You're right, Shane. You're right. You took too much Viagra. The priest has an excellent sense of humor. Yeah, I try to bring humor in people's lives. I'm a comedian. Yeah, someone slipped it in right there. Jadine, I appreciate. Good luck. I'm going to leave now. Goodbye. Ulf, you have made their night. They feel better. Good for you, Ulf. You are a healer. I'm breaking all the stained glass windows, certainly. Oh, my word. Was it Bill Cosby this was after he was in jail. So it wasn't Bill Cosby that slipped the Viagra into my drink. Austin, you are funny. You do not let anyone bother you. No, not at all. Not at all. If you come on here, you are in my playhouse. This is the spiritual playhouse, like Pee Wee's Playhouse. Ah! Remember that? This is the spiritual playhouse. Yellow Loki. You're talking about oiling me up? Let's see here. Legend has it Father created a ATP that night after they were laying him down, perhaps. Right. Good. Take care, Sonny. Take care. Stay away from parties where they sleep Viagra in. At first, I thought it was a nut. I'm seeing the humor of it now. Yeah. You have to go insane in order to enter into a state of sanity. If you go insane first, you come back to it, right? That's important to practice. That's what Alan Watts actually said that, right? You have to go insane a little while in order to return back to sanity. Let's see here. I was steering with my member. Yeah, I had an extra stick shift during that time, that journey, right? Jesus was the driver at that time, yeah. Oh, my word. Grinder refugees, yeah. There are so many of them that come on here all the time. This is like the Grinder refugee channel. They're always trying to have their way with me. Let's see. All the Lokis here. All the Lokis are here now. Oh, my word. I'm making you laugh too hard. That happens. It happens a lot on here. Celadwin helps me enter these altered state of consciousness. It's a shamanistic journey that I provide for people, bringing you to the experience of laughter. That's spiritual. Laughter to me is spiritual, and that is my mission, to bring people into that experience. And Celadwin is helping me. How many perverts were looking at your junk as they walked by? All of the hospital staff. They were in there. We even had a rabbi came in, he thought there was a circumcision mix-up. He was there for a baby or something. He walked in with his devices and things, and I'm like, oh no, I am not Jewish. Let's see here. Fish and chips, right? Poke someone's eye out with that thing, yeah. They saw a white collar around the shaft. My word. A very civilized weapon in a more civilized. Yeah, it was doing Star Wars references. More like Mel Gibson or Mel Brooks's Spaceballs. That's what was happening. Oh my word. Are you entertained yet? That is the question. Let's see here. I can't believe there's still Christian fundamentalists here making their way through that. Between talking about overdosing on Viagra and going to the hospital with an erection that lasts 12 hours, you have thus saith the Lord. I don't get you fundamentalists sometimes. Do you not see that this is a place that doesn't work out there? Now I've talked about some of you before. You are missionaries. You go into the nudie bars and the Lord says that this place that thou shalt not doeth it that way. You're just going in there to minister to people, right? Right. And Jesus will cause you to perish. Yeah, heard it all before. Deacon could have been Pope by now if he had just let the Viagra roofie take its course. Yeah, I would have got my way up to. Now this is a real story. There was a cardinal up north, a Roman Catholic cardinal. He was having homosexual sex parties for other clergy members. Now, and then they're going into their churches and telling you it's wrong, right? They're doing these parties. And then they're telling you I think it was up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The cardinal that was up, the cardinal bishop, he was having these sex parties. Let's see here. Christ is your king. Wonderful. Wonderful. I promised you I am a real Christian. You're not a real Christian. You're here to hear tales of my Viagra overdose. We know why you're here. You are here for your own personal excitement. That is why you're here. We know all about you. You love all people. I know you do. You want to love it. I know you do. What is your picture about? That is my goddess, Celadwin, and her cauldron of the Awen. Where are we at here? Jesus is your savior. Celadwin is mine. She saved me for Christianity. And she can save you too. You prayed for wisdom. A place where your past will consider. What are you talking about? Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure with my Viagra overdose that it could have been fatal. Died by erection. Could you imagine that? Now, could you imagine after rigor mortis sinks in? Just think about this. Trying to do a funeral for someone who is overdosed on the Viagra. What is the mortician going to do? Once rigor mortis has set in, right? He takes all of the blood out of you, but still you are stiff. How is he going to work with? He'd have to saw it off. I'm sure he would ask the permission of the family members. Perhaps saw it off and like put it in a golden vase or something off to the side, like the Egyptians, or maybe roll you over and try to like roll you over into the casket. Maybe that would be another technique. Put the, there's all kinds of, or just have only the upper casket. You're going in, doing the viewing, just the top part of the casket, just the head and shoulders, right? Being able to go into that. Do you imagine you're going up to this casket? Like, why is that there's a piece of metal sticking out and having that conversation with the mortician? Let's see here. Why are you spreading paganism? I'm not. I'm spreading spiritual entertainment. That's what I'm doing here. Are you not aroused? All of this talk of arousal? Is it not sinking in? This is like a Viagra commercial gone wrong here, right? They warn you about it. In every Viagra, they tell you, if you have an erection lasting 4 hours, go seek medical attention. Well, it was 12 hours for me. And I didn't know someone had done this to me, that slipped it into my drink. Yeah. It was a night you'll never forget if you have, some of you. Now, don't go out and do Viagra just to have my experience. I know that I have that influence on people, like the person called Christ the King here. He's going to go do some missionary work so he can, as the Apostle Paul says, be all things to all people. So he's going to go out and get erect for 12 hours to try to reach out and touch me. It's not going to work. Don't do that. Don't do what I'm doing here. I am an entertainer. I am trained in the art of these things. You are not. So please do not do these. Do not do any of this at home. You cannot get away with that, right? Now, I'm sure that I didn't want to share this story, but during my hospital stay, there was a Christian fundamentalist in the very next bed that was near my table, where everyone was trying to figure out why everything was stiff there for 12 hours. Remember I said all of the staff came in and visited. Now, the Christian fundamentalist was Pentecostal. And so they started rebuking my problem for, they're like, in the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, pointing at this erect thing, this tower. And, then they start speaking in tongues and things. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Is this some type of perverse sexual conversation that you'll have? You're pointing at my private part here that I'm trying to get surgery on. For having this erection that has lasted over 10 hours. And you're pointing over there going, Sheila Bata Honda, Chevrolet, and Coca-Cola. And I'm just looking over it and just baffled. My mind is I'm like, what is going on here? I'm just glad that, if I was at a Pentecostal church, they certainly would lay hands on it, anointed with oils, start praying over me, right? That's what they do there. I watched a story once where there was an African Pentecostal minister. This is on YouTube. This is not a joke. He went up and this man was having problems with his penis. So he goes over and grabs a hold of it and starts speaking in tongues as if I thought it was quite strange. Let's see here. You like my costume? Wonderful. It's a costume that I wore when I was a Christian to get people in the church. Now it is a costume I wear to get them out. Let's see. Where are we at here? Deacon dies from erection, returns to life after 3 days. He calls it resurrection. That was a good one. I used to think you were awesome. This sin you're doing is disgusting. It wasn't my fault, Gary. Someone had slipped the Viagra into my drink. This is a true story, I am telling you. I don't need Viagra. You can ask my wife. I don't need it. This was, someone had slipped this in this is a real story. I don't know why you think it is disgusting. I'm just sharing my experiences here. That's all I have ever done. It's too graphic for Gary, yes. Now, I don't know why Christ is king here. In the middle of talking about these stories, once again, God is coming back. Would I be ready for the rapture? Could you imagine this happening? My 12-hour-long erection from the overdose of Viagra. And then I'm also at the same time a Christian fundamentalist, right? Could you imagine me getting raptured? Going up into the sky. You got other Christians. You bumping into them, like, stop poking me. Trying to fly our way up into the sky. Because when you are raptured, you are naked, right? Rapture people. I'm glad that I am a heathen and that I wouldn't be able to do that celestial bump and grind on the way up. Playing that old song. Remember that old song? Bump and grind. Who sung that song? Steve, do you remember? You are literally dying. This is the ultimate spiritual experience. Certainly. My stories, they help people. That's why I share them. That's usually, now, I couldn't do that as a testimony when I was a Christian. This is how the Lord healed my 12-hour-long erection. Could you imagine me getting in front of the church? Brothers and sisters, I want to share a miracle with you. I had been slipped some overdose of Viagra, and I had an erection lasting 12 hours long. And the Lord came down from on high and healed me. That would be inappropriate, right? To have that. That's one of the benefits that I can do now, is just be honest with people. I don't need to hide my stories anymore because I'm no longer a Christian, right? I can just tell you of my problems, right? Yeah, that's right. Before I went to the hospital, I was trying all kinds of remedies. I looked online first. What can I do? I have erection 12 hours long. I kept getting inappropriate pictures and things. There's I looked at the images to see if there's any instructions. And I kept seeing penises with elephantitis, people getting bit by animals and stuff. Really bizarre things. I was just looking for instructions and what I could do to deal with it. Someone said, try dipping it in milk, put ice cubes on it, tomato juice. Now, I thought that was only used for skunk smell. Someone said dump tomato juice all over it to see if that does anything. So stick it in the freezer or ice box if you can for a while. Just put it up there on the rack and just, see what happens if anything happens. Hit it up against walls. There was one information about if you hit it up against the wall many times, that it might bruise and the stiffness will go away. There was also someone mentioned rubbing it, trying to stick it against the light socket, that the surge of the electricity would cause it to deflate. I mean, there was all kinds of remedies that I tried because it was embarrassing. I didn't want to go to the hospital with it, for the doctor to, manhandle me. I have standards, right? And this was all during the time I was a Christian, I had to hide all of this story. I had to keep it in the closet. Wonderful. Where are we at here? So you still Eastern Catholic or not? I have left the church. I teach against it every day. I teach against the Bible. Now, could I go back? Certainly. But I don't plan on going back I don't believe that we are in sin. I think that is the biggest scam, convincing people that they are the problem. Where are we at here? I am not living the right life. Well, it's not my fault I had an erection lasting 12 hours long. I didn't wish that upon myself. Why are you trying to rub my face in it? I mean, it's not like it's here anymore. You are speaking sinfully, brother. Could you imagine being struck down for having a 12-hour long erection? Like a lightning bolt comes down. You are sinful. Oh, or fire and brimstone coming out of the sky. Where's the crowd on here? He says, "Do not mock God." Because something bad. How do you know that I wasn't being punished with my 12 by your God? Your God didn't like the way that I was operating in life. It punished me with a Viagra overdose. Oh, my word. This conversation isn't edifying at all. Oh, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. I didn't choose to have an erection lasting 12 hours. It wasn't my fault. Oh, my word. You found a microdose bar. Might have to pay back whatever it was, but I require healing. Anyone who takes them, are you talking about the mushrooms, right? You have a fiery fate ahead of you. Yeah, imagine that, going into hell with an erection that's 12 hours long. It killed you, and you come up on the other side, it's still there. And that's part of your eternal torment. Walking around with this thing in hell for all eternity, a 12-hour long, eternally long one now. And you are the devil employs you. Can you go and torment people with his stick? Some of my demons, they are pitchforks. I can only get to so many of these souls to torment them. Go ahead and help me out here. Oh, okay. Let's see here. A father is a professional erected. Do not try this at home. That's right. Christ is right after this statement. This person, Christ the King, says he died on the cross. Oh my goodness. Died on the wood. Yeah, right. I'm just letting you get to the end of your guff. It's a story that I'm just sharing with people. It's not for everyone, right? Good morning, Henry. Good morning. Philosopher, nice to see you. Oh, my word. I don't know why telling these stories brings so much offense to people. I'm just talking about these things, right? Jesus is here in the chat. Good to see you, Jesus. The fundamentalists were wondering why no rapture this week. They want to know the new date. You need to get with that pastor in Africa and tell him about the new date for the rapture. Andrew, thank you. The pleasure was being able to lay down. All right. Where are we at here? Let's see. Trying to catch up to your comments. Hash Brown Dave. Oh, Hash Brown Dave. It is good to see you. I always share your stories about your struggles with hash browns. I mean, these are something of legend. Let's see here. Just call it a dose, not an overdose. All right. Where are we at? Cold shower. Yeah, I tried that. I also tried dipping it in Coca-Cola. They said like the carbon fizzing would allow it to go down. So I tried all of those things, and nothing really worked. Oh, my word. You have to walk more, Father. You think that's what it was? Because I did not walk very much in my life, that caused the 12 hours of swelling. And why you don't think it was the Viagra, what you're saying. Perfect shot. You overcame a kiss of death. Doesn't mean I am God or Jesus. I don't know what you mean by that. Apple pie. Good to see you, prop knocker. I could have used a prop knocker during my time of my overdose on Viagra. That was a difficult time. Seedless water. The devil has you, brother. Come back to the Father. It wasn't my fault. You see, you Christians are always making people feel bad about the things they fall into. I didn't want to fall into a 12-hour-long erection. I did not put the Viagra in my drink at the party. These are not my fault. I shouldn't be punished by you, Christian fundamentalists. T-Dog, good to see you. I don't go to church anymore, so there was no church here. Metapetine is a quick reversal of prolonged Viagra bones. Maybe I should have tried some of that. When you need him the most, you will come. What's wrong with you? Christ is King is getting perverted on here. Father Deacon just replied, we love you and your stories. Thank you. I'm glad that I am able to bring entertainment around the world. Our friend here in Iceland is finding themselves entertained by my life struggles. I'm going to try to apply for disability now for having that problem. It has left lifelong scars, and I'm going to try to get disability from the government so I don't have to work anymore because of my condition. Let's see here. We love you, Father Dick. Thank you. That's why you help people go to God, to avoid overdoses on Viagra. Well, that's a good thing that you're doing in the world. I wish you were there for me when they slipped it into my drink. I wish you were there. Thank you. You are the owner. Good to see you. It's never too late to save people. Yeah, Caradun will save you anytime. And if you say no, she's not going to torment you for all eternity, like the fundamentalist God on here. Jesus is the only truth, devil. I don't understand how you think you're going to convert me by insulting me. Yeah, a blood clot. That's what it was. Oh, my word. We're going to be talking about this all day now, aren't we? You're going to go tell the story to your neighbors and things. I once knew a man who was really stiff. He was a... was there a time I did not follow a religion? Yes. I grew up with no religion. When I was 20, I became a Christian. When I was 49, I left Christianity. So almost 30 years. Ramian, yes, I'm going to have some ramen noodles later. Your parents always told you God would not put onto whatever you cannot handle. Oh my. Yeah, that's what they say. That's a lie. I could not handle a 12-hour Viagra overdose. I could not handle it. I was knocking over lampposts and things in my home. I tried to make a sandwich, knocked the damn thing off, tried to pour myself a glass of orange juice, knocked it on the floor. It was a lot of trouble. It was a lot of trouble. Yeah, I went in my back to meditate for a little bit to see if that would help. Had a bird land on it. I mean, what the hell was that all about? One of the birds in the backyard. I mean, what the hell is going on here? I'm just trying, because I was so still in my meditation. I can get very still. And I guess the bird thought this was a place where they could, perch up on. Oh. It depends on the energy you create with it. Oh, perhaps. You want me to drop some wisdom on you? Is that what you're asking me? Don't go to parties where they overdose you with Viagra. You have a lot of pain in your life because you suffer from Viagra abuse. You can get help for that. Taking 2 or 3 pills, it doesn't mean anything. One should be enough for you. I think that you should see someone for your problem. I don't know why some people like to have an erection lasting more than all day long. I did not like it. But some people, that is their addiction. They like addiction. Wow, you see where these words come from? The synchronicity of the words here is brought to you by my goddess, Caradun, goddess of bards. And it just supplies it, all of this inspiration. You don't know where it goes. But I will pray to Keradwin for you. Christ is King for your Viagra abuse. I think you should get help. You acknowledge a higher power. That is one of the first steps. And that's not talking about this being a higher power in yourself. I know you want to call it that, but it's really talking about finding a real deity. Could you imagine him going to the meetings? Christ is King. Sometimes they hug one another. He's up there all high on Viagra and all excited. He comes in there and they're like, "How are you, brother?" They give him a hug. And like, "Whoa, back up. I'm just here for the meeting, my friend." But I will pray for you, for your problem. Yeah, that is a serious addiction, very serious addiction. And I hope that you get help for it. You can't go your whole life stiff. It just doesn't work out. Joseph is here. Joseph has returned to torment us with scripture quotations. Some of you have seen the whole entire Bible brought to you by Joseph. Joseph, I ignore every one of those. I don't read them. If I was on my other computer, I'd give you some scriptures. Oh, my word. Well, how big are you? Oh, about 12 hours. Oh, my goodness. Oh, you never know what this program turns into. Now it's an anti-Viagra infomercial warning you of the dangers. You remember that commercial from the 80s? This was your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Well, just think about doing that with Viagra. This was your private part. This is your private part on Viagra. Any questions? Could you imagine that? Look at that. A little thing popped up there. Thank you. Are you a Catholic priest? No, I am the high priest of spiritual entertainment. That is what I am. Christ is King. Yes, I agree with you. You cannot rely on yourself to stop your addiction to Viagra. I'm glad that you are seeing that. Stop looking down there for your higher power and start looking up. You can only go up so high. You have to find something higher than yourself to deal with your condition that you have. Stop Viagra abuse. Brothers and sisters, we must gather together. Christian fundamentalists, be of good use. Speak to your churches about your Viagra abuse amongst your community. It is hard when you have a group of Christians that are prone to embracing one another. These Viagra, I've seen it. I've been a Christian for 30 years. There are people that abuse Viagra. It is most unfortunate. Now, some of you remember the old Disney cartoon when the mermaid gets married at the end. The Disney artist put an erection on the clergy member. Well, that's real. That's from Viagra abuse. They were warning about us back then. The Disney was warning us about that way back then. The prophets of the future with the Viagra abusers, just wanting to go through life all stiff all the time. You're not going to make any friends that way. You might be good at parties and stuff like that. Pin the tail on the reverse pin the tail in a way, right? You have the pin and you're looking to put it. They blindfold you. They spin you around, right? They would certainly be entertaining at parties, but brothers and sisters, we must end Viagra abuse. It is a horrible thing. It was a horrible thing. Look, Joseph, do you abuse Viagra? Is that why you're here? You feel bad and shameful, so you have to quote the scriptures over and over again. Is that why you are doing this, Joseph? You are an abuser of the Viagra. Oh, jeez. Some of the things I can't even say in here because they go beyond Viagra abuse, some of the things that you say. Hello, Father Deacon. I hope you all had a wonderful Samhain. I'm looking forward to continuing your ancestry research this November. Wonderful, Ryan. Wonderful. Yeah, some of you don't know that on the Ancestry.com, they have now the Celtic lineage markers. They are able to determine your Celtic lineage, which I thought was wonderful, because I was just guessing forever. But now they have it pinpointed with DNA. No, God's language is not mathematics. Philistine. Oh, they must be watching at the beginning of the program. We are hours away from that comment. Nice to see you, idle hands. Nice to see you. Can you curse me? No, I'm not a Christian. They do that stuff on here. Do you believe that you're a vampire? Why not? Why not? They're out there somewhere, right? Return of the member. Oh my word. Oh word. Look, it's Cayenne here. Remember we talked about our friend's botched circumcision, Bacon, when he tried to become Jewish? And we have a healer on here that wants to take care of Cayenne. You want to do some healing on his region there to get it back to where it was. Maybe give him a skin graft or something. Is that what you're offering here? That's wonderful. What is Viagra? Viagra is the drug that people use to inflate their private parts for long periods of times. Sometimes for romance, sometimes for entertainment, sometimes for swatting flies. You know, when you don't have a fly swatter, what are you going to use, right? Yeah, that's what Viagra is there for you to use. You're laughing your butt off. Yeah. You can do it for sets and reps. Yeah. Good to see our good friend Simply Sherilyn's here. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Where are we at here? Joseph, there's no greater power than the blood. Yeah, well, that's what they'll do to you in the hospital. They'll lance it and take all the blood out of it. That was a horrible story that I shared. I don't know why someone would be so cruel to slip Viagra into my beverage, causing me to have an erection lasting 12 hours. I mean, it happened right away, too. It wasn't like 20 minutes later. I mean, I'm walking around with the beverage in my hand, and then I'm talking, having a conversation. Everyone's their eyes are lighting up. I'm like, oh, shit. What's going on here? Am I a teenager again? I ran out of the building immediately. And as I said, I had to put the steering wheel back because I didn't want to get in a car accident. So I had to put the steering wheel back and drive in that way. And people were doing gang signs to me. They see me driving like this. I just didn't want to hit the steering wheel and cause an accident. So I got out of that right away. I went home I Googled, what can I do? Overdose. I have an erection. I didn't know at the time I had overdosed on the Viagra. I'm like, I've had an erection here. It's not my fault. It's been 10 hours later. What should I do? And you find all kinds of remedies. And some of them I shared earlier, what I would do. Some of them, they're just dangerous to do. Like the one about sticking in a light socket. I just didn't have the courage to do that. I thought I might injure myself, Someone said, now this is really strange. They said, tie a rope around it and tie it to an end of a doorknob and have someone pull the doorknob. I just couldn't do something like that. Could you imagine the pain that you go through? Now that might work for a loose tooth, trying something like that, but not for someone who has been accidentally overdosed on the Viagra. These don't look to Google for self remedies. Go to a real doctor. There's so much bizarre things that they wanted me to do. I tried what I could try. Put a warm blanket on it, ice cubes, all of the stuff that you would think of. One of them said, run around for a while, go for a jog. So I got my jogging pants on naturally, and my spandex, and I'm out going for my jog in my neighborhood. And I didn't even think about it. I just like jog. Yes, I like to jog. So I get my jogging gear out and I'm running around, and just I'm really getting into the jog. I'm not paying attention, because when I jog, I get into the zone. I'm in the zone. I'm focused on the jog, nothing else. And then there's like people driving by in their cars, pointing and things. One person got in a car accident. One person went off. They went off and hit a telephone pole. And so I'm witnessing this accident, and I've run over. I'm not even thinking about myself. And I'm trying to open the door, so I'm banging on the door, and I'm trying to save them. I'm like, here, do you need a hand? And they're like, they tried to grab a hold of it. And I'm like, no, my hand. Pulling them out. And their eyes are just light up. And they're like, I'm like, are you okay? Do you have a concussion? And like, I think so. And they went unconscious. I did call the ambulance, and they had went unconscious. So I didn't know what to do. I thought CPR might be in order. So I did the CPR there, blowing in, and the ambulance arrives, and I rise up after doing the CPR, and the guy's like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" I'm like, "What? I'm trying to save their life." And they're like, "Yeah, that's what she said." And I'm like, "No." And then I went back to jogging around the neighborhood, all kinds of things were going on that day. It was a difficult 12 hours. But I'm glad I finally went to the hospital, and they were able to deal with it. It's a wonderful story, right? Wonderful story. Oh, are you a priest? Yes, I am the high priest of spiritual entertainment. That's what I do here. You think you're getting brain rotted here? Well, you people start these conversations. I finish them. It's a mutual relationship, really. What I see in the comments, someone wanted to learn about my 12-hour long overdose of Viagra. You get what you ask for. The higher the chair, it's easier. Oh, my word. Oh, it's very hard to quit Viagra here. I have cravings every now and then. My wife says I don't need it. But I've always wondered. Because I was afraid. I didn't know it was happening to me. I did not know someone had put some in my drink. I really thought I was a problem. But just think of what you could do, right? With that. Let's see here. Imagine do live streaming from my OnlyFans page, something like that. Making a little extra money. These thoughts come to my mind, I'm just trying to take care of my family, trying to make a living. How do I think about the Anunnaki as far as misrepresentation? Did they have problems with Viagra back then? Those beings that came down and procreated with us? Is that what you're talking about? 3 sets of 12. Oh, interesting. What if a person has a Neanderthal DNA in their DNA test? Well, that might have an effect on their using the Viagra. That might have a serious side effect if there's more Neanderthal. Maybe they'd get all crazy with it when it happens. Instead of just having it and dealing with it, perhaps they would run around like their primitive selves, trying to mate with everything they see, like a dog would sometimes. Sometimes dogs hump your leg. You'll see Neanderthalic DNA-infested people. You're a hybrid circle of life. Wonderful. Greetings from Los Angeles, California. Thank you for being here with your spiritual entertainment. All right. Let's see. Good to see you, David. Oh, you think it's European Viagra? That was the American version of Viagra only lasts 4 hours. So you might be onto something. You might be onto something. Darth Raven, you call it your werewolf. Where I didn't want to get into that type of discussion by sharing this. You know, you keep your werewolf to yourself. I'm not interested in your werewolf. You're like, you want to see it transform in the moonlight? No, thank you. No, thank you. You keep your werewolf to yourself. Oh, my word. Just catching up here to some of your comments and things. A little bit behind. Here, but I get to it eventually, some of these things. You came in at a crazy time. Yeah, you did, William. I was sharing my difficult story with people. Let's see here. Overdose on Viagra. No, you are just blessed by papayas. It's not. It wasn't a lot of fun, really. You might think it might be enjoyable, but it wasn't. I couldn't wear pants very well. I had to wear jogging pants all the time. I couldn't wear like jeans, everything, because it became uncomfortable. So it was not. It was not something that I enjoyed during that time. You had to stop your leg curls at the gym. You are laughing, swatting the flies. You never know what you can do with it. Walk your dog. You can use your hands to tie a leash around it. You're walking your dog through the neighborhood. You are free to look up on your phone and things. There's all kinds of ideas that you could come up with if it's like a permanent condition. Now that the people that give the Viagra, there have been tales of people permanently being erect, and they have. There's all kinds of tricks they can do with it now. Like when they are cooking dinner or something, they have their hands free and they can turn the oven up, stuff like that, or walk their dog, tired, and then they're free with their hands, Someone tried to use it to do the steering wheel while they were doing other things. They're just not recommended to do. They started a new kind of sport. I'll let you, consider the name for yourself. But I don't recall the name. But there's all kinds of different sports you can do with it. Jousting, for instance. Yeah, the jousting of old with the shield and the wooden pole, that is too dangerous. This type of jousting is much, much more safer and kinder to you in terms of, knocking you off your horse, right? Oh, where are we at here? Jeez. I never thought I would be sharing this story with people, really. Beware of parties. And my stories, one man's pain is another man's laughter, right? The last clown possessing Father Deacon was exorcised. Is someone trying to do an exorcism again? One demon per show is all I allow you to remove from me. Come tomorrow. You can come tomorrow. You will do your exorcism if you wish, one at a time. Yeah, T-bone the car. Oh my word, you're all crazy. Let's see. You think Jesus' father was Dionysus? Yeah, they said the same thing. I am the vine and you are the branches, right? Milan, guys, do you have some interesting religion merging ideas for your new playthrough? Always found some inspiration here. Was thinking about some type of blend. I can't even what you're talking about. Yeah, perhaps build a character that has an extra appendage that he got as an accident in life and turn it into a weapon. Now he can fight with 3 swords instead of 1. Dual wielding is a thing, right? In gaming, triple wielding. You could come up like tie a weapon around it, and you can have 3 blades when you are fighting against the enemy. and they'll call you Thrice Blade, the thrice-bladed warrior. Wouldn't that be something? Maybe I'll make a villain in my D&D campaign who has 3 swords. Oh, my word. Good to see you, Chemistry. Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness. I watched a video, what is Neoplatonism, and it had a quote stating, "The gods must come to me, not to them," reminding me, oh, they said that. Interesting. That was a Neoplatonic thought. Wow. I am just repeating what has already been said. That is it. You are a devotee of Dionysius and former student of Sanonin, a famous orthotelist. Interesting. Interesting how magical beings reproduced with humans in the Bronze Age. Yeah, they didn't have Viagra back then either, right? It was all natural. They were always excited back then. Death by the Unga Bunga, yeah. Oh, boy. Where am I at here? Oh, I'm always falling. Nice to see you, Philsick. Nice to see you. Father, my werewolf comment was caused me to mention of vampires. Yes, sure it was. Sure it was. You were trying to compare resources here. When you heard about my overdose of Viagra, you were saying, "Oh yeah, well I'll show you a werewolf." That's what you were doing. Are there Christians in the chat? Darn, I was hoping we could actually have a lighthearted conversation about the abuses of Viagra in the world. Oh my goodness. Hail Odin. In the name of Keradin, we command all Christians that are fundamentalists to depart from us. Was Odin originally immortal? I don't know. You'll have to ask Olfin here. He knows more about Norse mythology than I do. Natalie, good to see you. Yeah, how dare someone drug me? You're glad to hear it wasn't a permanent condition. Yeah, if it became a permanent one, I certainly would have tried to join the circus or something. Start a new trapeze act together. Have my own tightrope walk and everything. There's all kinds of things. I could have made a lot of money doing it. Become a mime. Think of a mime that can do such new ways of presentation, the human condition. You don't often see that in the mime world, right? You know the mimes. They are a form of art that we find coming from France, right? These people, they don't say, they move around and do expressions. Imagine that miming. Getting into that might be a good avenue for some of you. That because people are bored all the time, right? They have no culture anymore, and just a regular mime. You bring a mime to like a program for church kids, they're like, oh, big deal. But if you bring a mime that does this type of thing, they would be very, very amazed and have all kinds of questions for their parents, right? Those church people, they do a lot of weird things, the church people. Let's see. Deacon felt like the prettiest girl at the dance, and he was on his performance enhanced Deacon gimmick on Grindr. Yeah, that's why I got so many notifications. Everyone was wanting to hook up. Let's see here. Where am I at here? Where am I at? What are your opinions on Jesus taking drugs that made him appear dead? These people are always trying to make shit up, to try to make mythology more than it is, right? There's no need to go to these levels of why he is this way. Did they take his body? It's unnecessary talk to try to find. It's basically to say another way of trying to make Christianity look bad. It does it by itself. You don't need to do that kind of stuff. Where are we at here? Trying to catch up to here. What amulet are you using? The Amulet of Kings. I took it from Tiber Septim the 8th. The amulet, it's been lost. It's been lost. But I put counterfeits out there all the time. I have the Amulet of Kings here. Do you have the Amulet of Kings? Caradun is an enchantress. She is not old. No, she is not. Oh, my word. Let's see here. Don't give credit to the imaginary friends. The friar is a son of Propius. Interesting. Trying to catch. Good to see you. Hellgirl 666 is coming to free us from the scourge of Christian fundamentalists. Here, bringing all kinds of darkness, bringing the evil here to stop Christian fundamentalists. The walls of hell have been erected. We are here to push them back. The power of Caradun compels you, Christian fundamentalists. We command you to leave in the name of Caradun. Be banished back to your fundamentalist hell. Let's see. Hecate is quite ancient. She is one of the ancient ones, yeah. She is the world soul, in a way. That was her designation by Zeus, that she is of the goddess of the land, sea, and air, right? Hail Caradun, yes. Come to the goddess, Christian fundamentalists. Accept Caradun as your personal maiden, mother, and crone. Accept her into your heart before it is too late, before Gawain takes all the Owen for himself. This is only your chance now, Christian fundamentalists. Accept the goddess. See here. Let's see. Try. You have the breastplate of righteousness. Now, what is that? Does that help you with when you overdose on Viagra? You have your breastplate. They didn't mention that when I was struggling with it. They didn't have any like remedies with breastplates or anything. Let's see here. You will order the amulet of the Savior of the King. I will order the amulet of no kings. Yeah, that's going on here, right? Is this Dungeons and Dragons role play? That's on Friday nights. That's on Friday. Now, this is just fundamentalists. We are all pretending to be Christian fundamentalists here, quoting scriptures and telling one another you're going to burn in hell and things, just for fun. We're talking about the sin of people who abuse Viagra. You all need to go to confession. You're going to start a religion based on Skyrim. No, perhaps we could start a religion about healing the scourge of Viagra addiction in the world. You know, going around giving out information, starting community meetings and stuff. We can sing song. We can try to, come up with some songs to sing to one another together. And for our religious symbol, we'll have like a Shiva linga with one of those cross the no symbols. The Shiva linga in his no symbol we'll all sing songs to it and begin to worship it. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Repent, users of Viagra. Tell them of the darkness, the evil deeds of the Viagra use. This is all a cover-up. People worrying about drug use. It is all like all of this propaganda that we saw. It is all there to keep us from the real problem in the world. You were once exorcised spirit using the name of Jesus. Wonderful. I had an exorcism early today. Someone used the name of Jesus on me, and the spirit came out of me. You want to see it? I will get possessed again. All right.
You can't get rid of me. I'll keep coming back, Christian fundamentalists. I will take over the body of this spiritual entertainer, and I will torment you all with entertainment for all eternity.
My wife's just walked in. I was telling them the story of when I had that Viagra overdose and I had to go to the hospital Remember when I was driving like this? She's like, can I drive? No, I'm driving there. So I went to the hospital and she told me to sleep on the couch when that happened. Like, no, thank you, sir. Let's see here. Is the woman behind you the true goddess? Yes, it is. How did you know? All right, where am I at here? Now, I do this every day. Like and subscribe. You can also join our community. I do this for a living. There's a join button over there for the price of a cup of coffee. You can support what I'm doing. You can buy a small, medium, or large cup of coffee. I got to change the name of that to coffee sizes. That's what I would do. I got to reform some of this stuff on here. I appreciate you all being here. I have to be going, but I will be back tomorrow to give you more spiritual entertainment, as I always do. Every day I am here for your entertainment privilege. And I'm glad you are here to hear about my struggles with Viagra. And it wasn't my fault that they slipped it in my drink, but we took care of it. But take care, everyone.